Called the Lonesome Demise of my Wrertched poetry boat. This is a replica of my poetry boat, and it's just a little different from the one that I'm talking about, but it's very interesting. When men first landed on the moon, I was working as an armed human scarecrow at a cherry farm. My alleged duty was to sit on top of a rickety tower and scare the birds with a shotgun. To look the part, I'd often wear my poetry coat. My poetry coat had humble beginnings as a navy blue overcoat in the Salvation Army. I liberated it, took it home, tie-dye bleached it, and inscribed poems in the faded blotches. To look, the poems are kept on the inside, it being a time when I still had some modesty and occasionally opened up to bare my soul. Sometimes I would employ the poetry coat as my phantom surrogate. Using the shotgun and water jug as props, I was able to create a human scarecrow by placing my straw hat on the jug. The only difference between an actual scarecrow and a human scarecrow is the human element. By removing the human element, I was able to come down to earth and do nefarious things, such as sneak up on my friend Michael in his nearby tower. During the evening, when flocks of starlings flew high overhead, some of the young charges would blast their way through high heaven. Of course, we were supposed to just scare the birds and not kill them. Nothing in the job description, however, specifically stated that we shouldn't perforate our fellow workers. So it was with quite abandon that I made my usual climb up Michael's tower. The towers had a tendency to sway when mounted, so it was difficult to ascend in a stealthy manner. Approaching the last few rungs, I heard a volley of shots. "Now, Stefan," he said, "I knew you were up to something when I saw that crow land on your hat." Upon returning to my tower, I was shocked to see what happened in my absence. My beloved poetry coat had been shot full of holes. I opened the walking anthology and saw how fine spray and a few blasts had decimated my precious poetry. Looking through the holes, I came to the sad realization that there were words and some verses missing from some of my early works. And that was the first time it occurred to me that I should edit my work. This is a summary. I was once a human scarecrow upon a cherry farm. On a tower with a shotgun, didn't mean to do no harm. How that cow got in the air eludes me to this day. So many things I would have done, but cows got in the way. I was a teenage folk singer with a wretched poetry coat. It was tie-dye bleached and contained the lousy stuff I wrote. With poems inscribed in the lining, I'd often bare my soul. Oh, is any wonder? My early work was shot full of holes. I was once a world-class clown doing stand-up in canoes. Now my days of building castles in quicksand all are through, being forced to play ice hockey. This was Canada. I was quite a lousy skater, but did some groundbreaking work as a jackhammer operator. I was a teenage folk singer with a wretched poetry coat. It was tie-dye bleached and contained the lousy stuff I wrote. Being forced, anyhow, it doesn't matter. I sat atop an upright grand, beating chords out with my feet. It's like on top of a grand. Hanging down like this. My version of Cold Turkey could be heard way down the street. At school, the Glee Club sponsor. She said I sang off key and numerous humorous doomsday ditties, all devoid of glee. I was a teenage folk singer with a wretched poetry coat. It was tie-dye bleached and contained the lousy stuff I wrote. With poems inscribed in the lining, I'd often bare my soul. Oh, is it any wonder my early work was shot full of holes?